Hey guys, what's up? Richie here for a quick bench update. As you know, I like to do these about monthly, so I thought time to do another one. So another month has gone, as always, just flies by. So not done tons of stuff since last time. Kind of slowed the roll a little bit. I know the past few months I've been cranking stuff out and working crazy, tons of hours on the bench. Now we're kind of getting to summer, every time I see my kids, they're over here and we're in the swimming pool all the time. And I did take that road trip up to through Ohio and West Virginia a couple of weeks back too. I don't know if you saw the video, but I went around the United States Air Force National Museum, which was absolutely awesome. So yeah, so I've been out of town for a little bit, busy the swimming pool. The kids, like I say, every time they get home from school, they just want to be in the swimming pool the whole time. So it's been super hot. It's been like 95 degrees here the past couple of weeks, but I think it's going to start to cool down a little bit, hopefully. So yeah, so I've definitely got a few projects to show you guys. Completed model as well, and some purchases. I know normally do the purchases at the end, but this time I'm going to flip it around at the beginning because I've actually started working on something already. I just received yesterday. Well, I like 2 days ago received something, and I cracked it open and started working on it right away. So cool. So let me kind of go through the usual smorgasbord of stuff I've got. I'll start with the little stuff. I don't know if you guys find this interesting or not, but I just kind of share everything and whatever. So I got myself stuff AliExpress. I've been shopping there quite a bit recently for like $2 shipped from China. I got like a bunch of plastic tweezers. So these could work with metal parts and stuff, but just tons of different types of tweezers. Not really for detail parts, but more for like Mustang. We'll talk about a little bit later, the Mustang car. But yeah, all these different types of tweezers and stuff. They're like $2. So like I mentioned this before, but if you go on eBay and look at stuff from China, like this stuff, it's always way more expensive than AliExpress. So I normally go to AliExpress and I pick up this kind of stuff. So I picked those up for a couple of bucks. Also was on AliExpress, picked up from the Display store. I'm not a big Display guy. I do have some tweezers, but I think the circle cutter will come in a lot of use. So I picked up a circle cutter. I actually ordered this months ago, and I thought maybe it got lost. But it finally showed up since I last spoke to you guys. So this is the basic one, the cheaper version. Cuts really cutting like masks and plastic, like thin plastic card. You can cut like circles of various dimensions and stuff. I just thought it'd be good kind of, useful thing to have, because often I've had to cut circles out with my circle template and a knife. It doesn't really kind of come out that great. So that was pretty cheap from China. Yeah, direct from the manufacturer, I think, again on AliExpress. But yeah, it took forever to arrive. But yeah, so I finally got a circle cutter. I do like my tools, and tools are one of the things I don't mind investing in good tools as well, because they'll last forever. So this thing will be in the drawer for hopefully decades and be using that thing. One on the tool part, I picked up these. I think I told you last month I broke my nozzle on my airbrush, one of my airbrushes. So I ordered a new nozzle, and I actually managed to get the broken sheared part out of the main front assembly. So that saved me a little bit of money too, which is kind of awesome. So while I was there, I noticed you get Mr. Hobby do these brushes, the weathering brushes, like dry brushing and stuff. And let me finish. You see that? So this is a combo pack where I think one's hard and one's soft. But these are good for kind of stippling and weathering and stuff. Now I've seen, you heard a company called Artist Opus. They do some like similar kind of brushes like this, but I'm sure a little bit better quality. But they do a set. They're pretty expensive. They want to say like almost $100 for like a set of 6 of them. These are in like less than $10, I think, for maybe $8 for this pair. But I thought I'd give these a shot to try them. So again, one's kind of hard and one's kind of soft, and again, it's for kind of like stippling and weathering and that kind of stuff. So these are Mr. Hobby. That's what it is right there. MB34 1000, I think the part number is. Got those. I don't know why I'm showing you guys, but I went to the grocery store and last night I picked up some more washing up or dish gloves. I like to use these for spraying. You see me use them in the booth because I've got the nitrile gloves, the rubber ones, but sometimes they're kind of hard to put on and off because they're very kind of tight to your skin. Whereas these guys are super easy to reuse them. So my pair I had before, I had them for like 3 years, and they finally got all ripped up and lost. So I threw them away, and I invested like $2 in a new set. So these will hopefully last me like another 3 years. So I just find, these are perfect. I'm finding perfectly easy to grip stuff, and when I'm in a spray booth, it just, they just work really good. Just to be as usual like dish washing gloves, I guess, whatever you call them. Okay, a couple of small parts. I got mask set from Nimrod, the big 72nd scale Airfix one. That's been in my stash for years. I figured that's one of those discontinued items where I definitely need a master set for, and while I was buying something else, I thought I'd just add it to the basket. So the Nimrod master set, I'm gonna build that one day. I did think about buying all the alley cat resin stuff, but then I thought just build it out of the box, because a lot of stuff you're not gonna see, like underneath it, they've done a beautiful like bay, like weapons bay for it in resin, but you're not gonna see it, so there's no point in spending my money on that. And then finally, for little guys, is the Yahoo instrument panel for my P51 Tamiya kit, a 32nd scale one. Oh, I'm showing, it's actually on the other side. So that little guy right there, you already see that, I don't think, but just the instrument panel. These Yahoo ones are pretty good. Again, don't cost very much money. And so my plan is I'm gonna get going. I was gonna do it right now, but now I'm push it back maybe later in the year. I'm gonna build my 32nd scale Tamiya Mustang, but I'm gonna do it natural metal finish. I've got decals to do it in the RAF ones. So I'm gonna do it in the RAF kind of camo markings, which I really like. I guess got inspired, should I say, by the recent Eduard release, the one where they just released that. I've done a review of it. That little 48 scale Mustang with the RAF colors. I've had the Tamiya 32nd one in my stash for a few years with the decal set with the RAF markings. So that's definitely a project upcoming, I think, later this year. So I got the instrument panel, and that completes. I got a ton of aftermarket for that too, so that really completes that project. So that's it for the little stuff. Now, just a couple of kits to talk about, really. So if you've seen my videos read up recently, you know I've got myself one of these Desert Babes. And as I say this all the time to everybody, if you want an Eduard limited edition kit, make sure you go online and pre-order it from Hammonds in England. No matter where you are in the world, the shipping's not too bad if you get smaller kits. But you're guaranteed to get it, and if you don't want it, you can change your mind. You can just don't have to check out. You basically reserve it. So if you want it, you reserve it, and then you're good to go. And if you find it in another website local to you, then fine, just cancel it and buy it from there. But if you want the limited edition, go to Hammond's, do the pre-order, get 10% off for the pre-order, and you're guaranteed to get them. I do that all the time with kits I really want. I just throw it in my basket, and I'm just guaranteed to get one. In this case, I actually put in two in my basket, and I got two. So I got two Desert Babes. These are pretty much sold out everywhere already. I think Eduard's selling them from the warehouse on their website direct, but it's super expensive. I mean, I paid £18, which is about less than $25 for each of these. Shipping wasn't too bad either. So got myself a pair of these guys. Great value for money. Like, you don't see it much nowadays modeling because kits got so expensive. The kit I'm about to show you just gone up $30 in the past. The next kit I'm going to show you has gone up $30 in the past 2 years. So it's rare you get a good deal, but this one is, you got the kit, and then really for a couple of bucks more, you're getting the resin seats, resin wheels, you're getting a mask set for the canopy and the wheels, you're getting all the decals, you're getting a big sheet of photo etch. So this is actually a really good bargain. So and it's limited edition. So I got myself a couple of these because it's such a great deal. A couple of the Eduard Desert Babes. Like I said, I threw a review up already. Just like the 48 scale one. So I got both now. I got 48 and 72. And finally, because I don't do armor, I got myself this guy. And this box is heavy. This weighs 6 pounds, and this is full of plastic. So obviously this is M5A1 Stuart in 16th scale by Classy Hobby. Now, this is the late production version. They do the early version too, they just released. The late one's been out a couple of years, but I kind of like, the early one has better decal markings, I think, but this one has the hedgerow trimmer thing that goes on the front. And it just makes it look a little mean having that kind of blade thing on the front. So I got this guy and I've started building it already. We'll talk about it in a minute. It's not massive because it's a light tank. So it's, it's only kind of I don't know, maybe I think it's 10 inches long or something. It's not much bigger than a 35th scale Abrams tank, to be honest with you, but it's just 16th scale. It's a really cool kit. I've done a review of this one. Well, I did two reviews. I did a review and didn't have the camera turned on, so that's all again. But it's nice because you can see inside the turret, the panel kind of comes back, and there's tons of detail on the turret, you can see it, but all the rest of it is just simple engineering. It's not over-engineered, and it's a good size too, 16th scale, so the parts are nice and big, so you can detail them really well, paint them really easily, and that kind of stuff. So I had my own this for a while, and then the Classy Hobby, they do a few different kits, not many, but there's a small manufacturer, so when you see them, you got to buy them, because this has been out of stock for a couple of years. I can't really be able to buy this, and then, so I looked at it about 2 years ago, and then now when I bought it, it's like $30 more. So it just shows the cost of increase in kits and stuff, especially 16th scale. They've really gone up a lot of money. So yeah, so I've started building this already, and to aid with that, I bought myself a 23mm olive drab tin, which hopefully will be enough to paint the whole thing. But I think with this one I might be rattle canning, priming, and that kind of stuff, because it's going to be pretty big and chunky. But yeah, I'm not going to go crazy on this one weathering wise. I'm just going to kind of do some color modulation, some filters and stuff, and see how it goes. But I'm really excited. Essentially, yeah, so I got it 2 days ago, and I immediately kind of start working on tracks, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But yeah, it's such a really cool kit. I mean, again, it's not huge, but it's nice scale, 16th scale. So I'm really excited about this one. Although, full fairness, so I built one set of tracks, and my mojo kind of waned a little bit, but I'll get through it. So what I've decided to do with this one is I'm building the tracks first, which for me is the worst part. Getting them out of the way, done, nice workable tracks, and then you can actually do the fun part, which is building the actual tank itself. So I built one string of tracks already, which took me like 4 to 6 hours probably, which, you know, it's like over 300 parts, I think. I think there's like 5 parts in each link. But yeah, this guy here, so very cool. And that is it. I mean, I say I've not been that busy, but I've got quite a few little things. You know, definitely like always adding tools and stuff to my collection, because they're great assets to have. And yeah, a couple of Desert Babes and the tank. So there you go. So let me kind of clear this away, and then I'll be right back, and then we can look at some of the stuff. Well, I completed. I built that Challenger car's finished, and what I got in progress. Right, back, got rid of all the stuff and brought in a new batch of things. So remember last month when I said I showed you guys that Challenger? So yeah, spoiler, it's no longer green. I wasn't quite happy with the green finish. That round cam, it's a little bit textured, so I wasn't quite happy with it. So what I did is I just threw a black gloss coat over it. Well, I actually stripped it for a black gloss coat, and I just, you know, it's just something a little bit different. So I basically painted my car, my muscle car, like a P51 Mustang. So yeah, here it is. I painted the panels different metallics. Something a little different, right? So I thought, why not? I mean, American muscle. And so what I did was I painted it with AK Extreme Metals and LP paints, various panels picked out in different colors. And then I went on eBay, and found the cheapest 48 scale P51 decals I could find. I got those shipped to me, and then I just threw them on. So like here, for example, you got the kill. Chair's all squeaky. You got like you see, you got the kill kind of markings on here, and then it's penny, I guess, and numbers and stuff. Yeah, and there you go. I mean, this is actually a really nice kit to work with. It didn't fit very good. I couldn't get the chassis on very. There's a little bit of lip down here, but you're not going to see that when it's down like that. But it was a really simple kit to do. It's really easy, not many parts. I actually enjoyed doing this one. So yeah, something a little bit different. So I kind of thought that was cool. So I did. Yeah, took American muscle car and went from lime green to my P51 Mustang livery. I did think about doing a few of these kind of thing. You could do like a British car in like the Spitfire markings, and you could do like a Russian, like, I don't know, some kind of Russian car and like some Russian markings. I thought you could kind of like tie it in. But yeah, so it kind of turned out pretty good actually in the end. It was a fun little project to work on. So yeah, finished that little car, which is obviously the Dodge Challenger. I think it's 2009 is the year of this. So that's all I've completed, and then work in progress from last month, carrying on. It's getting all dusty now. This guy, more work. You see, got paint on it now. Yeah, I don't know. It's always, every time I look at it, there's always a little spot that needs working on. So I mean, it's one of those points where how perfect you want to get it. So I mean, I'm at the stage now. I might put it away for a little bit and bring it back out in a couple of weeks and do a little bit more work on it. But there's still a little bit imperfections here and there. I'm just a little bit perfectionist, but you know, there's a lot of work to get this together. There's huge gaps, as you remember last month when I talked about it. So just get it to this stage, it all together is pretty much for feet. So my KC135, I used neutral gray and whitened it down. I used the same paint on this. It just looked way wrong. So in the end, I just used straight neutral gray. I think it's either 53 or 54 XF Tamiya paint, whatever neutral gray is. I think the color now looks pretty good. So I picked out a couple panels in the lighter color on the wings there, a couple flaps and stuff, and various panels and stuff. Just give it a little bit of visual interest, but maybe it's like a little too bright, I don't know. I think once it's weathered and stuff, it'll be fine. So yeah, so pretty much all together. I mean, at this stage, I can pretty much put decals on and start looking at the engines, but I think I want to take a little bit more time on this, just a couple more spots to take care of, repaint some areas, and just needs a little bit more rescribing. But this was a bit of a beast. This is the AMP kit, the 144 KC10, 144 scale KC10, but I think it's looking pretty good. it's, yeah, those, like I say, down wings and stuff here, we had like literally 5mm gaps and everywhere. So all these little things here, normally I put all this stuff on at the end when I finish my build, but with this, there's so many gaps, I had to put them down and use sprue glue to kind of really weld those things in and cover gaps and filler and stuff, every single bump and stuff, and then kind of paint it all as one, which I think the way to go really. So yeah, so what's left on this one is just, like I say, just I'm finished off a little bit and then be ready for some decals and weathering it up, and then I got to build the engine still, the 3 engines and the landing gear. But yeah, it was a lot of work to get there, but I'm quite happy how it's turning out. I think it kind of looks like a KC-10. It's massive though, you see the wingspan. So that guy's done. Then, as we just spoke about, here's the tracks for my completed workable tracks, which are real nice actually, for my Stuart tank. The was it M5A1, is that what it is? Yeah, M5A1. Yeah, 16th scale, so nice and big. And according to instructions, what I've seen somebody build this online too, is you can actually just slip these on once they're fully assembled, so hopefully that works. I don't want these things crumbling and falling apart when I painted them, because that always what happens, and that's what kind of throws me off armor building, the tracks. But yeah, they got some nice kind of workable links on this. I think, yeah, it's manipulate pretty good. I think once these are painted up and weathered and stuff and added to the tank, it's gonna look really good. So yeah, so one set took me like somewhere between 4 and 6 hours, I think. It wasn't easy. It's like 5 parts on every link. So you got the upper, the lower pads, I forgot like the bars. My mind's gone blank. And then the guide rails on each side. But yeah, it took some work, but they're all together and actually looking pretty nice. I'm kind of digging these, you know, workable and that kind of stuff. So that's one set of tracks. So next few days I'm gonna work through and get the other set tracks built, and then I can get on to building it. I'm not doing any kind of build video for this because there's tons of people on YouTube with way better armor than I am, way better on planes than I am too, but I just feel like Andy's Hobby Headquarters did a build video this a while back, and I mean, he did a pretty decent job, so there's no point in me replicating work other people have done. So yeah, I'm just gonna go, I'll share my progress on these bench updates, and I'm just gonna work offline on this one. And then finally, something different, which you guys might have seen, is I signed up for the Mustang Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds, the 1 to 8 scale Mustang. So parts 1 and 2 went up like earlier this week. I've got parts 3, 4, 5, and 6 shipped out to me already, so I have those in a couple of days, and I'll get those parts up as well. So where I got with that is, built the wheel. You see, get the idea of the size of this guy. It's heavy. I mean, this is like solid metal, this thing. This whole car is going to weigh like 20 pounds. It's going to be 2 foot long. So I got the wheel and started working on the front face. Again, you get an idea of size here. It's a beautiful Mustang. It's going to be massive. So yeah, made a start on that one and really kind of enjoying that one. I don't know what's up with me. There's 4 screws going back. If you watch the video, I had such a hard time getting those 4 little screws in. I think it's just a mixture of, I mean, if I was doing it offline, I think it'd be fine, but the fact you work on the camera, trying to keep it on camera shot, you're working around a tripod, always on a crappy screwdriver, I think everything just kind of combined to make this bit of a nightmare to get together, but it went together no problem at all. Like I said, if I think I'd just built this on a table offline, I think it'd go together fine. It's just working on the camera, but kind of, it was a lot trickier, this guy. And that is it. So that's quick and easy kind of, I'm not going to run on for like 45 minutes like last time. So that's what I've been up to. That's what I got going on right now. So next month, till I speak to you again, then you can get another part of the Eleanor Mustang. Couple of reviews to go up. I'm going to probably work mostly on this Stuart tank, and then back to maybe an aircraft after that. You know, my bread and butter is the aircraft, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe one of those little desert babes in like a diorama, kind of in flight, zipping over the Iraqi desert or something like that. Might be my next aircraft build, but we'll see. Or maybe the Mustang, the big 32nd scale one. But I'll be back to the aircraft after a little break. Like I say, I want to get working on this Stuart first and see how I go with this. It shouldn't take me too long, I don't think, because it's big. It's a lot of plastic, but the bigger parts, so it's yeah, not tons of tiny little details and stuff. So yeah, so I'm going to work on the Stuart and the Mustang this upcoming month. This guy I'll probably get put on the back burner again. I mean, I've been working on this for about 9 months now, so I'll just get put back and a little break for this one. I'll come back and fix some of this and then get going on this and get this finished, I think. Hopefully by the end of the summer. And that's pretty much it. So as always, thank you for watching. Appreciate everybody, all the kind comments, all the thumbs up, all that kind of stuff, all that jazz. It really helps my channel, and all new subscribers. It's just a snowball effect. Every month we just get more and more people joining, which I really appreciate. And again, I appreciate all the kind comments the community have kind of built up too, because I noticed, you know, a lot of people comment on the same videos, and I know for the last year or so, recognize some familiar faces and that kind of thing. So I certainly appreciate it, the comments and the support, and as always, and plenty of content coming up. Yeah, every Tuesday, Friday, got videos coming up, you know, rest of this year at least. So thanks for watching, as always, appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye.